The Untold Story of Rhonda Byrne. Beyond the secret, the invisible beginning. Few success stories start with grandeur. Rhonda Byrne's story began in complete darkness. Few know what her life looked like before the secret. She wasn't born with wealth, influence, or fame. She was an ordinary woman, carrying burdens many of us recognize but rarely discuss. Family losses, crippling debt, professional frustration, and an enduring sense of inadequacy. Picture Melbourne on a gray winter day. The streets glisten with rain, reflecting the dim yellow glow of street lights. Inside a modest home, a woman stares at scattered papers, overdue bills, failed projects, unpaid contracts. Every phone call feels like another sentence of failure. Every silence from loved ones seems heavier than any debt. Before she became a spiritual icon, Rhonda Byrne teetered on the edge of collapse, unnoticed by the world. And yet, as in all transformative stories, the breaking point became a spark, the catalyst for a worldwide awakening. Life in ruins, pain and solitude. Winter 2004. Melbourne's cold wind cut through the city streets, seeping into every home. Rhonda felt the same chill inside herself, her career as a television producer crumbling. Projects that once brought prestige now felt like weights pressing down on her shoulders. Every failed project, every lost contract, another stone added to her burden. Her father's death amplified the pain. The grief was almost tangible, an oppressive silence filling the house. She questioned if she could continue. Outside, foggy streets mirrored her sense of being lost in an indifferent city. It wasn't just career or grief. It was the feeling of helplessness, of looking at the future and seeing no way forward. She felt trapped in a cycle of effort and failure, pause, every attempt only deepening her despair. And it was precisely in this darkness that a small, unexpected gift would light a new path. A path that would transform not just her life, but the lives of millions. The book and discovery, a spark of hope. One of her children handed her a modest old book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. At first, skepticism. But as she read, a spark ignited. The book didn't promise miracles or instant wealth. It revealed something far deeper. The power of thought as a creative force, showing that life could be consciously shaped by intention and feeling. Sleepless nights, dim lamplight, underlined passages, notes written in notebooks. She began applying the principles, visualizing her desired life, cultivating gratitude even without visible reason, noticing opportunities once overlooked. Gradually, subtle shifts appeared. Coincidences that felt almost magical, small victories, a realignment of energy and perception. She realized the profound truth. Transformation begins within. Wealth, happiness, abundance are reflections of inner alignment. Have you ever experienced a moment when something seemingly small completely changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story could inspire someone today. With this newfound clarity, Rhonda felt a calling, but turning an inner revelation into a global phenomenon would demand courage, sacrifice, persistence beyond imagination. Creating a phenomenon, obstacles and persistence. Sharing her discovery, far from simple. Lack of money, lack of a team, lack of support. Months spent selling personal belongings, working tirelessly, facing skepticism from all sides. Friends doubted, colleagues questioned the viability of a documentary about thought as a creative force. Yet, she pressed on. Interviews with experts, psychologists, physicists, coaches, each adding pieces to the puzzle. Locations improvised, filming schedules grueling, nights long. Every obstacle reinforced her belief. This message needed to exist. When the secret was finally released, it became a global phenomenon. Stories poured in from people experiencing real change, small and profound. After applying the principles, Rhonda had tapped into a universal truth, one that resonated worldwide. Thank you for staying with us this far. Your attention is valuable, and the most transformative revelations are still ahead. But with visibility comes scrutiny, and the journey from revelation to global influence is never without shadows. Behind the scenes, criticism, pressure, and doubts. Success brought applause, but also deep shadows. Millions embraced the secret, while critics questioned its validity. Some called the law of attraction oversimplified. Others accused Rhonda of giving false hope. Behind the scenes, she faced internal battles, doubt, sleepless nights, silent fears. How could she guide millions while still confronting her own struggles? She realized a key truth. Responsibility demands resilience. Criticism became fuel to refine the message, to make it deeper, more authentic, applicable to real life. Even the messenger must continue evolving, practicing what she preaches, living the principles she shares. And as she grew through these trials, the next phase began, the creation of a legacy far beyond any single book or film. Beyond the secret, legacy and transformation. Over the years, Rhonda expanded her message. Works like The Power, The Magic, Hero, and The Greatest Secret deepened explorations of gratitude, purpose, intentional living. Her greatest legacy, not book sales or fame, but lives transformed. People on the brink of giving up found hope. Those lost in despair discovered purpose. Transformation begins inside. Even in the darkest moments, rebirth and fulfillment are possible. Rhonda Byrne's story is proof. Every challenge can be an opportunity. Darkness often precedes the brightest light. Invitation to reflect now. We want to hear from you. Which part of this untold journey resonated most? The despair that birthed discovery, the courage to persist despite criticism, or the enduring legacy that continues to transform lives? Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories. And don't miss the next recommended video, where we continue exploring the deepest secrets of the law of attraction and personal development.